welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X. You know, if you paid any attention, like, well, if you're like, what's the word, overly analytic, you know, pay attention to things really, you know, a lot, very careful attention to detail, you might notice there's a few minutes added on to the time there from the previous part, and that was because I did, like, the slightest bit of level grinding. Like, I mean, barely. I just, like, battled one battle or two battles. Probably just one. There's like, fuck it. I'll save the game again. Also, you know, the previous freaking record session was ridiculous stated for. It, like, I can't remember if I edited it all in one go or not, but essentially, I'd, like, started editing a couple of days ago for it, and, it was like 2 in the morning or so like that. By the time I was done editing, it was freaking 1 in the afternoon the next day. And I had been up 24 hours at that point. And I still had the previous part to edit for. You know, with the battle with Seymour. And I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm too tired for that shit. So I did it, like, later on, like, when I woke up at, like, freaking, ironically enough, around about 1 or 2 in the morning. So, how about that? So yeah, that was a bitch to edit. It's cause like the longer a part goes on, it's cause I have to use Movie Maker for 2 separate freaking parts of the recordings. Like the other 2 parts of it were fine, but the other 2 parts were like too long for Camtasia to be able to take. So, like if I record with Camtasia, which I don't for this, I have to record using the capture card itself, because it just doesn't allow Camtasia to record it for some reason. It like the file just does not compute, does not work very well with Camtasia if it goes over 50 minutes. Sometimes it'll work, like one of the recordings went over 51 minutes but still was able to load into Camtasia, but the other ones I have to save with Movie Maker just to make it so that I can fit there, which takes hours. And you know what, I timed it? The part before, or the previous part essentially, part 60, no, I'm thinking of freaking book next to goes up actually, part, I forget where we are part-wise right now, but it's the part before the previous part, essentially. It's like 49 minutes-ish, and like, I saved the file, and as I was like saving, I was just like, this is gonna take for fucking ever. And I just randomly just watched one of my old Pokemon Emerald videos, like, I forget what part it is, but it's titled, the Gym Leaders versus the Battle Frontier Rejects. Kind of a random name there, isn't it, for it? But like that video is like a little over an hour long, and I like watched it from start to finish, even paused once or twice, and within that time it took till like a little after the video had ended, and that was when the file was finally saved. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, what are we doing here? You got nothing, Walker. Also, on another random note, I had guitar lesson today, and I've got a Pantera song to learn. I'm kind of unfamiliar with the band, but I know of the song Cowboys from Hell, I think it's called. That is a track that the song I've been given to learn, and you know what? I can see what they mean, you know, when people, like, you know, kind of praise the band a lot, and just, like, think, man, some of the stuff is insane. And it is! The fucking solo in that song, Jesus Christ, the legato, the stretch you have to move with your fingers. Jesus Christ, like, first bit of it's just chaotic but doable, but then it goes into this, it's like 12th fret, 15th fret, 19th fret, he's just going really fast for his strings, just like, bloody hell. I like it though, it's kind of neat. I like how it, like, as this part that's kind of like, as it's like guitar to the point, I was like using the melodic minor, harmonic minor, and blues scale, so 3 in 1, which is insane unless like you play it fast like it is. Wait, no, still got that. Getting distracted here. What we're gonna do for the next few parts, well, next few parts onwards really, is we're gonna be doing side quests. How can we play Blitzball? Do we just have to go from a certain save point? It's just like, no Blitzball inside Sin, okay? We just double check that. Yeah, we can play Blitzball. Good, that's all I need to know, because we will eventually get around to that as well. What we're gonna do is, gonna get the freaking final aeon. And how... Ah, shit, I remember now. Fuck. Ah, that's gonna suck. I've been dreading this, alright. You know, like, right before we fought Shin, where I, like, you know, went back to the plot, because, like, no, we can technically go a bit more with the plot before the point of no return. And there still is a bit of the area we can explore and sightsee before we get to the point of no return, which I will on-screen do. Round up the fiends and all that, you know, maybe look for some treasure. But anyway, the point, what was the point there? Essentially, before that, I'd like rounded up a bunch of fiends from all over Spira, essentially. I did it off-screen. Some of it was on-screen, if you recall. And I haven't really talked to the, guy at the arena since. So I know he's gonna be like, oh man, I got a shit ton of fiends for you to fight. But we gotta talk to him because that's like he gives us one of the things we need for the other aeon, the last of the optional aeons essentially, and the last of the aeons in general that you can obtain in this game. And the other way of getting it is to battle all of the normal aeons that Belgabin uses, like up to Bahamut, from Baleful to Bahamut, and we fought like 3 of them, so it's just 2 left on that. We'll be able to obtain it. I think. I'm not sure, actually. Whatever.
You're counting on me, kid.
Let's go to the Calmlands. Calmlands.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh yeah, I remember what it is. We gotta round up one of each fiend from Mount Gagazet to unlock, like, something. Like, he'll give us the, one of the items we need to unseal the, what was it? The, Room of the Faith? I forget what they call it, honestly. But you know where Yuna goes to get the Aeon in Remium Temple. It's sealed off. And the only way to unseal it is to use 2 different items, much like how you need 2 items to power up. Hey, you pushed me, you bastard! But anyway, much like you need 2 separate items to, you know, power up fully your ultimate weapons. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. Yo! Well, I suppose it kind of works out if you ask me, to be honest, because, well, you know, we don't really need to travel far. Remium Temple is in the Calmlands, the arena's in the Calmlands, and Mount Gagzet's right around the corner. So, if actually, tempted, fuck it. I want to see what, no. But what in the, if no, fuck it, fuck it. Arena comes first. Because you know, there is like some Ronsos that survived. Also, I checked the Final Fantasy Wikipedia yesterday and noticed, like, or maybe it was earlier, no, it wasn't today, it was yesterday. I saw like an entry, like the entries on, you know, like Yankee, Biron, and Calc Ronso. And apparently they did, in fact, get killed by Seymour. It's like, I haven't played the sequel, but it is like, they're referenced in that kind of, you know... I forget what it is. Apparently, like, one of the Ronso could potentially say to Yuna in the second game, something like, Biron and Yankee are, like, something from the far plane, like, proud shit, something like that. And Calc Ronso, I don't think even makes an appearance in there. Apparently, there's, like, something to do with all the other Maesters in there, but... he's not in there, so he must have died and accepted his fate of some shit. So he's on the far plane as well. But there are still Ronso that survived, nonetheless. I've been researching specimens from the Maechen High Road and created one nasty beast. Oh god. Well, at least he tells me what one it is. Okay, let's have a look-see. Maechen High Road, Maechen High Road. What type of fiend are we dealing with? Walk through Maechen. Oh, there it is. This monster is highly powered up. and counters every move. Okay. Make sure your party has auto phoenix. Yeah. We're gonna get our ass kicked. Thanks for the soul springs.
Wanna take a swing at it? The first fight's free.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I wonder. I doubt it. I really doubt it. I'm not even gonna try with this guy. I know he's gonna kick my ass. Missed? Oh my sweet God almighty. Jesus Christ. But if you're gonna knock me the fuck out, I might as well just mug you then. Mug that bitch. Oh, the humanity. Fuck it. Switcheroo. Let's mug him with Yuna. Oh my God! Oh my God! Yeah, we ain't ready for that. The freaking difficulty on these freaking things, man.
What? You lost? Guess you're just not up to scratch.
Well, of course. Right, oh, sir. So let's see. Well, obviously the other one's from Besaid. All the one. Oh, wait. Still missing one from Killica, I guess. I guess I must have overlooked one. Still one over there. And High Road has been conquered. Like, completely. I mean, look at that. Oh, I didn't even notice. What's this one? I think this one must have been an uncommon encounter. I think it was that imp one. I can't remember. I remember, like, off-screen, like, random fiends, and they just would freaking not appear. So I guess I must have got it, I guess. Thunder Plains, yeah. If I talk to him again, he's probably gonna be like, hey, you've got all the Thunder Fiend, Thunder Plane fiends, so you wanna have a swing at another one? Haven't quite got all those yet. There's still two from here. We know what one it is. It's that giant bird and the sandworm. Obviously got the Calmlands one. Sunken Cave, Tom Berry still missing. Wait, no, actually it isn't. What the fuck? What's the other one then? Strange. I hope we can get it in a different area, because seriously, if we go back to the Sunken Cavern, we gotta deal with Dark Yojimbo multiple times, and it won't be fun. Still missing one here, so I guess we are gonna go to the Gagazet. Shit. I don't know. Actually, got the walkthrough for that. What fiend am I missing? It's Male Spike. Male Spike. Imagine that's a water fiend. Maybe, I don't know. Well, yeah, it probably is, because look, it's like... Oh, I think I know what that one is. I think that might... Is it that shark-like one? Where, like, when we were fighting them, it was always like, gore! That might be what it is. What about inside Sheen? We got a lot of X-ray and ammo. Oh, I guess I got the last of those then. They're all full now. Well, we still got 4 fiends. There's 2 different types of Gemini. How? Oh yeah, it's because I think... Didn't Riku accidentally, like... I accidentally had Riku knock out one of them, so it must be that one. There are 4 other fiends inside Sheen. I think there's a Grand Malboro, a Wraith, and some 2 other fiends. So we're gonna advance to Sheen a bit more at some point to round up all fiends. Making Bruinsville haven't got many from here yet. You're a conquester, you can say we've only got 3. We'll have 4 if we talk to them again, though. And we only got 1 original so far, but we'll get more of that in due time. I don't know what this is yet, because we ain't ready for that. But we ain't even ready for that either, but what am I talking about?
Ah, so you've been hunting on the Jose Road. I see you've got quite a,
It's in my head, I can freaking finger the pronunciation. Maybe I got it right, I don't know. I guess we gotta go to the Gagazet then. Chocobo! Yeah, that's what I thought. I still haven't got around to getting the true ending in World of Final Fantasy. I rambled about that quite a while back. Still haven't got around to getting the true ending. I've only got the normal ending, which is, well, yeah, it would be the normal ending actually, because the other ending, it's probably be considered the bad ending. Which I think you have to go through first in order to get the other ending. This place is quiet. Boo! No. I wonder what I've already said that before. It's like, I wonder what a Final Fantasy horror game would be, and it's like, the answer is Parasite Eve. But it's not really Final Fantasy, just because it's by the same company. I mean, can you imagine a party of characters with that? See, there are Ronso still around. I wonder if they'll reference them, actually. I don't think I've ever talked to them. You can see Maechen over there. It's like thinking, was it Square or was... No, I think it might have been Atlas. There's this one horror game that I think it was one of the first horror games. I think it was called Sweet Home. That's technically a horror RPG with, you know, more of that kind of traditional, you know, party kind of turn-based stuff, you know, where you got a party of characters. It's weird how you call it that, isn't it? Oh yeah, the party of characters. Just like, it's not like we're partying or anything, it's just a way of saying a group of people and shit.
Ronso sang the hymn from Soul for Warrior. Wait, what? The hymn from Soul for Warriors on Flying Ship. Ronso prayed for success with the hymn to bring calm. Heaven shakes, but it is too early to abandon teachings. Keep watch on changing of times and guard what you value most. When Hymn of Faith was sung, loud rumble shook the mountain. Mount Gagazet sang with the Ronso.
Not really that many Ronso there. I'd imagine their population increases by the time of the sequel. I'll talk to you in a second, Maechen. What's this guy got to say? Wasn't he the guy that stood here originally as well? Is he like... Well, obviously he needs to survive this from it when Seymour came through here.
Ronso always prepared to fight. Always keep weapons and armor in top shape.
Seriously, nobody's even gonna be like, oh, Yankee and beer on. Such tough... Oh my god, look at the price on that. It's like, such tough warriors passed when shithead Seymour showed up. And also Kelp Ronso died as well. Ooh, you don't say. Here's some useful equipment. I just now noticed he didn't heal us, that freaking cheap bastard. It's like, oh, I'm gonna like have you battle these fiends, right? And you're gonna get knocked the fuck out, and I'm not gonna even bother to heal you. It's like, why do I look like a healer? I just run a monster shop, okay? A monster arena, whatever. That use up almost all of the potions. You know what? So let's see at the aeons. Have we got anything here now? We still haven't really maxed out on those. Maechen.
Shall I tell you about the spear of days long past, eh?
Maybe next time, Grandpa. I mean, I'd love to hear it.
There is a legend just before the horrible sin appeared. A terrible war raged between Bavel and Zanarkand. When the armies of Bavel attacked Mount Gagazet, they heard a song echoing across the snowy slopes. It is a song from another world, they say. Soldiers panicked and ran. And then, as if to pursue the retreating armies, sin appeared. Some time later, scouts from Bavel braved the mountain. On the other side, they witnessed the ruins that had been Zanarkand. The city destroyed, not a single soul left standing, gone. In its place, a multitude of the faith had gathered on Gagazet. They were singing a song. It's the song we now call the Hymn of the Faith. And that, as they say, is dead. Well, maybe not all of it.
You know, I like Maechen. He's like that character inserted to give you like more like, you know, knowledge on like the history and all that. I mean, like, essentially Titus is from like Zanarkand 1,000 years ago before it became ruined, and he knew the Hymn of the Faith. So it must have been a song from his time, obviously, and it stayed relevant for 1,000 years. I mean, damn. That is something.
Would you like to hear the rest?
Oh, still got more to say? Let's continue.
Rumors flew in Bavel about Sin's sudden appearance. They said that the people of Zanarkand became the faith that they had called Sin, and that the man responsible was none other than the summoner Yevon, ruler of Zanarkand. Yes, the Lord Father of Lady Yunalesca. On the eve of Zanarkand's destruction, Lady Yunalesca had fled to safety with her husband Aeon. Later, the two used the final summoning to defeat Sin. Yet the people of Bavel still feared Yevon. It was to quell his wrath that they revered him and first spread his teachings. And so were born the temples of Yevon. I suppose it's possible Yunalesca had planned it that way from the start. A fair trade. She defeats Sin in exchange for her Lord Father's honor. Of course, there's no proof. No, the facts are lost in the mists of time. And who'd admit Yevon was an enemy of Bavel? You can bet the temples had a hand in covering that one up. And that, as they say, is that.
Nice. It's just like, imagine if he told us all this shit way back when. I don't think he would have, because one, it wouldn't make sense to give you that much information early on, and two, he'd probably get in trouble with the temples for saying that. But you know, now that like pretty much all of the maesters are gone, essentially, he probably it's like, oh, I'll just say it. It's just like, yeah, there's a lot of corruption going on, and to try to like rewrite history essentially, so that people wouldn't question the teachings of Yevon, not realizing that Yevon was actually the ruler of Zanarkand 1,000 years ago in the war between Zanarkand and Bavel, and that he summoned, essentially, Sin. I'm not sure if it's been revealed quite yet what the original Sin was made up of, but in his wording there, it kind of hints as to what actually essentially happens, and why Zanarkand fell to ruin, and why Sin is, you know, there and keeps coming back. I don't know well to actually explain it in detail or well. Because I'm not sure if it's actually said it like outright yet or not. Because now, after hearing that, just like it all makes sense. Should I talk about that or not, though? Now, I'll wait till we get to the final boss. If I remember to freaking talk about it then. Just like, by then though, just like, I don't know, probably just like, during the boss fight, it's like, okay, first we're gonna ramble about the whole story and how sin came to be, what sin was originally made up of, why it is there in the first place, why it keeps coming back, all this jazz backstory that Maechen has kindly given us here. And, you know, go into more detail.
Like to hear more, would you?
How much more? Well, actually, I don't think it's revealed in this one. So, you know, I'm gonna spoil it anyway. In the sequel I haven't played, apparently it's revealed that Maechen is actually an unsent. I might have even said this before. And it honestly makes sense, really. I mean, he's old and he travels around and all that, and you know, in Spear where, well, there are old people in Spear and all that, but, you know, he just gives off the impression that he's been around for freaking hundreds of years, probably. So it's no wonder why he's so knowledgeable about things. He obviously wasn't around back in, like, the start of all this, obviously, but he is fairly old, kind of, probably, I don't know, maybe the same age as Mr. Micah, maybe, I don't even know how old he's supposed to be, but he's clearly, like, over 100 years at the very least.
Let me tell you about the hymn of the faith. It was once a Xanacan song, sung in defiance of Bevel. Of course, the aeon clergy of Bevel forbade it. Then, as these things often go, those who disliked heaven began to sing it. The Al-Bed, for instance. The hymn of the faith became the symbol of defiance against Yevon. Yevon could do nothing but capitulate. They lifted the ban on the song and spread a new story. They said the hymn was a song sung to soothe the souls of the dead. And so saying, they took the song and made it scripture. That's why today, the hymn is sung all over Spear. You could say that though Xanacan is gone from this world, it lives on in the song. Ah, look at the time. I've rambled on again. I do love stories, you see. Well, I owe you my gratitude for hearing this old scholar out.
Nice. You know, Maechen's like one of those old guys that like has a lot of stories to tell, where you just kind of be sat there, just like, could listen to you tell me all these stories for hours, maybe, depends.
Like to hear about this place once more?
Really? Ah, I see. Well, I don't want to say never mind, so talk about the hymn again.
Let me tell you about the hymn of the faith. It was once a Xanacan song, sung in defiance of Bevel.
They're all like, fuck you!
Of course, the aeon clergy of Bevel forbade it. Then, as these things often go, those who disliked heaven began to sing it. The Al-Bed, for instance. The hymn of the faith became the symbol of defiance against Yevon. Yevon could do nothing but capitulate. They lifted the ban on the song and spread a new story. They said the hymn was a song sung to soothe the souls of the dead. And so saying, they took the song and made it scripture. That's why today, the hymn is sung all over Spear. You could say that though Xanacan is gone from this world, it lives on in the song.
Well, nice talking to you, Maechen. Well, Waller just like, You know why? It's just, well, obviously they wouldn't put this here, like, when you first come to the place, but man, it's useful, isn't it? I guess we need to be the cave entrance, really. But yeah, nice seeing, like, you know, that's why I like in games that have, like, this kind of, like, large world, when they add more to, like, the mythology, the history and all that. Gives it, you know, some, what's the word? Whatever the word is essentially that. It's like, but what's the word? I don't know. I can't freaking remember what the word is that I'm trying to think of here. Just like part of me says context, but there's another words they could use for it, but I can't remember the words. Bring something to it. I just can't remember what that something was. Don't you just hate that? Would you just like, you got a word that you think of, but you just freaking can't remember what that word was? It's just so surreal seeing her freaking do that. How indeed. Oren, let's have an Ochu salad. Enough. Okay, mandragora salad. With onions. Well, it is. It's called pot onions, maybe, peppers. But yeah, I like how they, like, bring, like... I still can't figure out bloody words. It's bugging me. It just brings meaning and life and all kinds of context in life. It just makes it feel like a real world. It doesn't feel one-dimensional and plain and like things actually have a purpose. You know, like, there could be like an open world in a game that doesn't really have any backstory on anything. And it just kind of feels like, you're just like, yeah, everything's neat and all, but there's nothing, no semblance, is that the word? I'm not even sure. It just doesn't really, like, it feels empty, essentially. This is the thing we're looking for, right? Yeah, meal spike. Of course, we're gonna be talking to that asshole again, and we'll be like, hey man, I've got some fiends I'd like you to fight. And we'll be like, shit. Captured. Like a captured card. You know what would be interesting is if they also added in, like, something explaining, you know, the fiends. I mean, they technically do, it's just like, for the fiends, it's like, oh, they were people who were not sent and all that, and maybe there's some other variation to it. But I mean, like, you know, like, why do the fiends look the way they do? Why is it so repetitive with design? It's just like, well, the answer's obvious, because we couldn't come up with enough variety for it. It's like, no, not that. I mean, like, is there, like, are we on, like, a Silent Hill symbolic thing here? Is there, like, there's a pattern, obviously, with the designs. I mean, what is the purpose? Just like, does it have meaning? Did the people that turned to these fiends, did they die near water? It's just like, it doesn't really explain that, does it? I'll take you to the arena. That was a long pause, wasn't it? Just like, is it dead? Levels? Just like, had to wait, you see. Had to make sure. Hey, that branches off. Never noticed that. Or maybe I have. Splasher! It's kind of weird, really. They're the only piranha type enemies, fiends you can actually capture in this game. All the other ones are in areas that you don't go to more than once, so they don't count. Now, where on earth could the thingamajig be that we rode in on?
Come on, eh? Damn it!
Why'd you have to destroy the giant flan? I was trying to capture that. Damn it.
Enough.
Get out of here. Come on, say something or level. You know what, since it'll... it's right down now. But you know, I think it'd be easy to just board the ship. Go back to the Calmlands, rent the Chocobo. Without having to pay. I suppose it's probably because it's the Chocobo that, you know, we actually trained ourselves.
We're counting on you, kid. Yeah, here we go!
I just know the guy is gonna be like, hey man, you wanna fight the Thunder Plains one next? And I'm gonna be like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna get my ass kicked though. Just like, it's just like, this part is just like, had no progress in terms of what I was originally set out to do so far, isn't it? Like, obtain the items needed to get the final aeon, but not the final aeon as in the context of the final summoning aeon, but the final aeon is in the last aeon we can obtain in this game. And we need 2 different items for it. And one of them is by getting all the Mount Gagazet fiends.
I've been researching specimens you brought from the Thunder Plains and created one nasty beast. Here's a lot of chocobo wings for your efforts. Want to take a swing at it? First fight's free. Bring it on.
I'm not even gonna look at the walkthrough for this. I know. Oh, it's a cacti. We have to strike. Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna steal from you, you bitch. Uh-oh. Oh no! Jesus Christ. Fuck you, you little shit. Ah! Oh, missed, of course, figures. Well, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can see why they always say about, like, you know, have like auto life or auto phoenix down and shit like that. There ain't no way you stand a chance against that otherwise.
What, you lost? Guess you're just not up to scratch.
What kind of scratch would I need for that shit? That's ridiculous, man.
I've been researching specimens you brought from Mount Gagazet and created one nasty beast.
There he is, the Blossom Ground.
Wanna take a swing at it? The first fight's free. Let's get our ass kicked again.
Oh, it's the, oh. Not even freaking healed, man. Catoplepas. You are the, behemoth, essentially, aren't you? Recolored and a shit ton stronger. But I'll try to steal from you. Oh! I wonder if anyone could even potentially endure this guy's attacks. Yeah! Still doing max damage though. Just this guy can do more than max. Like a pancake. I mean, look at that. He's just like, we need the ultimate weapons in order to do damage of that level. Well, outside of Anima and Bahamut, I guess. But Jesus Christ. Our healer will mug you. Remember the first area fiend that we unlocked? How easy it was? And then like the second one, which was a bit tougher honestly, but we still somehow managed, but that was mostly because Yojimbo was a badass, to be fair.
What, you lost? Guess you're just not up to scratch.
Scratch that, sir. I'm off. Of course, can't really do anything yet, really, can I? Still got the freaking battle Belgamine. And it's 42 minutes in recording. So we'll do that next time, so see you next time, viewers. See you next time.